found the first strange gift, tucked under my doormat about 6 months after I moved into the old Victorian on Elm Street. And at the time, I just figured it was a weird neighborhood tradition or a prank by the local teenagers. It was a small, hand-woven bundle of dried lavender and what looked like crow feathers, tied together with a frayed bit of red twine. I tossed it in the trash and didn't think twice about it until a week later when I found a small jar of murky water with a rusted iron nail dropped inside sitting perfectly centered on my porch swing. I live alone and work remotely as a freelance editor, so I spend a lot of time staring out my front window, but I never saw anyone walk up my path. It was like these objects were just spawning out of the wood itself. By the third month, the gifts started getting more elaborate and honestly, more unsettling, moving from simple herbs to small plate figurines that looked vaguely like me, always placed in spots only someone with a key should be able to reach, like my second-story windowsill or the ledge of a locked basement door. I did the logical thing and installed a high-end security system with motion-activated cameras, but when I checked the footage after finding a circle of salt poured around my car, the screen showed absolutely nothing but static for the 3 minutes the motion sensor was triggered. I started asking around the neighborhood, trying to be casual about it, but the older residents would just tighten their grip on their porch railings and look at the ground the second I mentioned the house or the bundles of feathers. One woman, Mrs. Gable, finally pulled me aside at the grocery store and whispered that the previous owner didn't sell the house because he wanted to move, but because he ran out of things to trade, which made zero sense to me until last night when I woke up to the sound of something scratching at the floorboards directly under my bed. I pulled back the rug and found a loose plank that had been pried up, and tucked inside was a weathered leather journal filled with dates going back 50 years, each entry listing a specific item: a silver coin, a lock of hair, a baby tooth followed by the word accepted in cramped, shaky handwriting. The very last entry was dated the day I moved in, and it didn't list an object. It just had my name written in thick, dark ink with a question mark next to it. Since then, the scratching hasn't stopped, and this morning I woke up to find a small red twine string tied around my own pinky finger while I was sleeping, as if something is finally tired of leaving gifts and is ready to start collecting.